draft him pretty high. Before we close this episode, Christian, here, a quick question for you. Is Derek Carr a Hall of Famer?
No, I don't think so. I think, and I think Hall of Fame discussion, and I do think they probably let some people in that. I mean, who am I to say? But I think it's as simple as this. Is player A Hall of Famer? I think instantly you know. I don't think it really requires much thought. Like Eli Manning, I don't think there's no way in hell. In my books, he's a Hall of Famer. He's going to get in. He has 2 Super Bowl wins, 2 Super Bowl rings, both of those wins coming against the New England Patriots, Tom Brady, Bill Belichick. So like that's one, for instance, that I don't think is. So I mean, I think it's pretty simple. I think it should come to you quick. I don't think it requires much thought. Like, I mean, again, more details if you want to go back, look at the stats. If you want to go back, watch some of their film and whatnot, and see what they did. Absolutely, I get that. I just don't. I mean, the lack of playoff appearances, the lack of playoff wins. He's put up some great numbers, which again, this Hall of Fame is more so individual. What did you do during your career? And that's what. And I don't think he's ever been like a top 5 quarterback. Like, I think in order to be a Hall of Famer, you got to be like at least top 5 at your position for a couple of years, few years throughout your career.
I'm just looking at his numbers here. Career numbers, completion percentage for his entire career so far, 64.6. Threw for 35,000 yards, 217 touchdowns, 99 interceptions for a rate of 91.8. He has some pretty good years here, like never more than 15 interceptions in the season, no less than 19 touchdowns in the season. So, but you're right. The fact that he never won the Super Bowl is a big knock against him. And
especially
I remember
for
talking,
a quarterback.
Especially for a quarterback. Now, I remember talking to one of my good friends here who's a diehard Raiders fan, and he was like, he would rather have Derek Carr than Aaron Rodgers. And I looked at him and said, I made the same face. I was like, you sure about that? And he was just like, Derek Carr.
Maybe long term. Maybe long term, sure. But in a position where the Jets are in right now, but I'll continue to not cut you off, so proceed.
It's all good. So he was just like, yeah, Derek Carr is, you know what you get with him? Steady, leader, blah, blah, blah. Never has all the stats I just mentioned, right? But I was like, I hear you, but hear me out. Derek Carr can't even get in the club. Like, he doesn't even make the playoffs. And when he does, he shits the bed. Aaron Rodgers has been there, won it only once, but the numbers he's had when he got his team to the playoff have still been pretty good. Even in those playoff losses, Aaron Rodgers has showed up. But he only had a top 5 defense once, and that was the year they won it all. So I was just like, because the guy was like, oh, Derek Carr's defense is trash. I'm like, Aaron Rodgers' defense is trash too, but he still gets to the playoffs. Derek Carr does not. So I don't know.
And the last couple of years, the Packers' defense was expected to do well. They were expected to be top 10 defenses. They've, spent a lot of draft capital in that area, and it hasn't really worked out that way. Again, especially the last couple of years where, at least for me, I had some pretty high expectations for that defense, which scared the hell out of me as a Bears fan because, giving Aaron Rodgers at least top 10, top 15 defense, that could be pretty dangerous. Now, turns out didn't work out that way, and I'm sure that is one of the many reasons why he decided to move on to New York or New Jersey.